Hola y saludos del Profe Adams. Hoy vamos a hablar del presente progresivo, or in English, the present progressive. Today's learning outcomes. Understand the uses of the present progressive in Spanish and compare and contrast that to English. Be able to form the present progressive with estar and other verbs. Use present progressive to describe what people are doing in photos. Comparison, the present progressive. Both English and Spanish use this tense. Both English and Spanish use the verb to be, estar, with this tense. English uses this tense at a much higher frequency. We use this to talk about things that we are going to do in the future, like tomorrow I'm studying for an exam. That's not what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm going to do. The English ending of the participles are ing, and the Spanish endings are ando and yendo. The present progressive is a verb form that describes what's happening right now. The presente progresivo narrates an action in progress. It's formed with the present tense of estar and the present participle or el gerundio of the main verb. Take a look at these examples. You form the present participle of regular verbs by dropping the ar, er, and ir endings from the infinitive and adding the endings ando or yendo. See? Bailar, bailando. Comer, comiendo. Aplaudir, aplaudiendo. Attention! Whenever you use progressive forms with reflexive or object pronouns, you can either attach the participle before the conjugated form of estar or after the participle. Se están enamorando versus están enamorándose. Te estoy hablando versus estoy hablándote. Did you notice anything? When the pronoun is attached to the participle, you need to add an accent to the first vowel of the ending to keep the proper stress. Hablándote. Excelente. Now let's look at a few verbs that have a regular present participle. IR verbs that have a stem change in the present tense also change in the progressive tense. Their vowel will change when you form the present participle. Mira. Decir, diciendo. Dormir, durmiendo. Mentir, mintiendo. Morir, muriendo. Pedir, pidiendo. Sentir, sintiendo. Sugerir, sugiriendo. Now, note, this example comes from your book, and this is actually incorrect. The U obviously doesn't change. This E changes to an I there. So, sugerir, sugiriendo. The verbs ir, poder, reír, and sonreír also have irregular present participles. Ir is yendo, poder is pudiendo, reír is riendo, sonreír, sonriendo. But ir and poder are seldomly used in the present progressive. For er and ir verbs whose stem end in a vowel, the I of the present participle changes to y. Construir, construyendo. Leer, leyendo. Oír, oyendo. Traer, trayendo. Excelente. Ahora es tu turno. I'm going to say a subject pronoun and an infinitive, and you'll say the correct form of the present progressive with estar. Ready? Nosotros aplaudir. Estamos aplaudiendo. Él comer. Está comiendo. Ustedes traer. Están trayendo. Tú mentir. Estás mintiendo. Don't overuse this tense. Progressive forms are used less frequently in Spanish than English and only used to emphasize an action in progress at that moment. So to refer to an action that occurs over a period of time or in the near future, Spanish uses the present tense instead. Lourdes estudia economía en la UNAM. In English, we might say Lourdes is studying, but in Spanish, you wouldn't in that example. Versus, ahora mismo, Lourdes está tomando un examen. ¿Vienen con nosotros al Café Pamplona? No, Lo siento, ya estoy preparando la cena. Excelente. Now let's take a look at other ways you can use the present participles in sentences. In Spanish, progressive actions can also be expressed with other verbs. Spanish expresses various shades of progressive actions by using verbs such as seguir, continuar, es ir, venir, llevar, and andar with the present participle. Seguir and continuar with the present participle express the idea of to keep doing something. Emilio sigue saliendo con Mercedes. Emilio is still going out with Mercedes. Mercedes continúa coqueteando con Carlos. Mercedes keeps flirting with Carlos. Ir with the present participle indicates a gradual or repeated process. It often conveys the English idea of more and more. Cada día que pasa voy disfrutando más de esta clase. I'm enjoying this class more and more every day. Ana y Juan van acostumbrándose al horario de clase. Anna and Juan are getting more and more used to the schedule. Venir and llevar, with the present participle, indicate a gradual action that accumulates or increases over time. Hace años que viene diciendo cuánto le gusta el béisbol. He's been saying how much he likes baseball for years. Llevo insistiendo en lo mismo desde el principio. I've been insisting on the same thing from the beginning. And finally, andar with the present participle conveys an idea of going around doing something, or of always doing something. José siempre ando quejándose de todo. José's always complaining about everything. Román anda diciendo mentiras. Román is going around telling lies. Phew, now you know a lot more about el progresivo y los gerundios. Let's review what you've learned. You learned that the present progressive describes an action that is in progress right now. You learned that English uses the present progressive much more frequently. Present progressive is formed with the present tense of estar plus the present participle of the main verb. You learned that the present progressive is only used to express something going on right now, and that the present tense is used to express longer, ongoing actions. And finally, you learned that other verbs can be used with the present participle to express other progressive actions. It's your turn to practice. Te toca a ti. ¿Qué están haciendo? ¿Qué están haciendo el número 1? ¿Están caminando? ¿Están corriendo? Número 2. ¿Qué está haciendo él? Está comiendo. Número 3. ¿Qué está haciendo la niña? Ella está durmiendo. Número 4. ¿Qué está haciendo él? Está leyendo. ¿Qué están haciendo? Número 5. Él está tocando la guitarra. Número 6. Está jugando al fútbol. Número 7. Están conversando. Número 8. How would you say he's talking on the telephone? Está hablando por teléfono. Número 9. Está durmiendo. 10. Está comiendo helado. 11. Está corriendo en la playa. 12. Están bailando. Now grab something to write with and see if you can rewrite these with the progressive form. For example, yo, estar, estudiar. Yo estoy estudiando. Feel free to pause the video so you can write down your responses. Vamos. Número 2. Mariana está comiendo pizza. Tú vas pidiendo dinero. Yo vengo diciendo mentiras. Ellos andan quejándose. Or ellos se andan quejando. Nosotros seguimos leyendo mucho. Gracias y hasta la próxima vez con Profe Adams.